Oh, Kokanee Salmon! Oh yeah, baby! Nice fish, man.
See the colors in him right there?
Yeah.
It's almost purple.
Wow.
Purple might be the color.
All right, in this video, I'm gonna show you tips on how to troll for trout. Okay, just like I mentioned, this video is all about trolling for trout. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do that, but this one we're gonna focus on using downriggers. You know, this type of fishing really is a much more advanced type of fishing than the other videos that I do, like either shore fishing or drift fishing or jigging, because you gotta have kind of a fair amount of equipment to pull this off. You can go for kokanee, with other supplies, far limited supplies, but really to do this right and to have some fun, you want to have the full setup with the downriggers and everything like that so that you can get down into the thermocline where those fish are hanging out. Now you guys know me, Josh Bendoski, founder of BendoskiPowerFishing.com and home of the Bendoski Power Fishing subscription box, where we put all the stuff that you see us catching thousands and thousands of fishing on YouTube inside of the box, about $30, $35 worth of value, tackle, for only $16.99 a month. So I highly recommend that you check that out. Now, let's get into the video. Oh, and if you like our content, you like our videos, feel free to subscribe and click the notifications bell. All right, so we went up into the Rocky Mountains with an awesome pro team member, Casey. Certainly happy to have you on board the Bendoski Power Fishing team, and he is an excellent fisherman, let me tell you what. And he's got a sweet setup, very nice boat, all with the downriggers and everything. And so he is gonna be able to help us teach you guys a lot about trolling. Now, we were specifically targeting Kokanee salmon, but we caught tons of rainbows, cutthroats, and quite a few salmon. It was just a phenomenal day, super fun. But let me get into how we did it. All right, so let me go into the setups. So I was using a Kokanee trolling rod. You guys know I use Velocity brand Kokanee rods. And I was running 20-pound braid to a uni knot, a double uni knot, and there's a video in the description here on how to tie a double uni knot. Then to a fluorocarbon leader. It's about a 6-foot fluorocarbon leader. And then I used a swivel to hook to a dodger with about 18 inches of fluorocarbon leader hooked to a squid, something like this one's a pink one. And pink was the ticket, I gotta tell you. Casey was running pink, and Casey definitely outfished me for sure. But pink was the ticket. We were running a couple different colors, and pink was the ticket for sure. So anyways, about a 12-pound fluorocarbon leader to a squid tipped with Berkeley maggots. And I used pink maggots or Casey used pink maggots for the pink squid, and then I used green maggots for the green squids that I was using. So anyways, that's kind of how we did it. Now let me get into downrigging. So downrigging is how you drop your squid and your dodger down to the thermocline where the fish like to hang out. Salmon, Kokanee salmon, have a certain temperature of water that they like to hang out in. And so you've got to get your lures down to where those fish are hanging out. And they're deep into the water. About 50 feet is where they were at, somewhere between 50 to 30. So the thermocline is like this. But depending on the temperature of where you're at, it could be lower or it could be higher. Just these fish like this certain temperature of water. So you got to drop your downrigger to get down to where they're at. And then you're trolling where they're hanging out. So what downriggers are is a big heavy ball, and you've got a hook to it. You can hook your line to it. It's got a release system. But we would roll out 50 feet all the way back. And we have line counters. We usually use line counters, but you can also do it with your hands. 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4. So, but you want to troll back 50 feet, or at least that's what we did on this day. 50 feet was the key. And then you hook that to your downrigger setup, and I'll show you here in the video. You'll see me kind of setting up the downrigger, and I swing it out, and it'll drop down the ball. We were dropping the ball down 50 feet. Now, it's pretty important to have a fish finder for this type of fishing, because you could be off by 10 feet, and sometimes they'll come up, but a lot of times they won't. So you need to know where the fish are. So you watch your fish finder, and then you see where it is, and then you drop your ball, your downrigger, right to where you're rolling right with them. And so the ball pulls down another 50 feet, so you're actually out 100 feet of line, 50 feet back, 50 feet down. And so then you're right there in the thermocline with the fish. And we were double stacking, which means we were running 2 rods on each side of the boat. Casey was running 2, and I was running 2 over here. And so what you want to do is you want to have about 5 feet difference between your 2 balls. So you're running one at, let's say, 31, and one at, let's say, 38 if you wanted to, or 40. So you got 2 different, like this way here. Well, 2 at the same thing going like that. But anyway, so you have 2 different lures, but you want to keep them so they don't get tangled up into each other. And you want to keep them, you know, that's why we have the downriggers that are set up like this when you see in the video here. They're holding them out, so one is going directly behind the boat, and one is out swung off on an arm. So they're about 5 feet away from each other this way, and they're 5 feet apart this way, so you're not tangling up your lines, because it does take a few minutes once you catch a fish, or if you get a false release. It does take a few minutes to get that, you know, reeled in, set everything up, drop it back down. So you really do want to make sure you're not getting tangled up down there, because you spend a lot of time getting those your dodgers and your lures, your squids, down into where the fish are at. So it does take a few minutes to do that, so you want to be careful when you're getting everything set up so you're not doing false pops. But once you drop your downrigger ball in and you're into the distance that you want to be with your downrigger, then you're going to want to, you have to reel in the slack, because you're going to have a big bow of line in the water. So your ball's down here and swinging, and then your line's coming up like this going to the boat. So you want to tighten in all that slack so that your pole tip starts to bend down like that. That's why there's a special kind of rod, the Kokanee rods, so that they are able to stay bent like that for long periods of time. So anyways, that's kind of how you set up a downrigger and drop it down and get into the thermocline and catch some salmon. Now once you get a strike, you're going to have your release is going to pop. Now sometimes if you have a really sensitive one, another video coming out soon with Randy Craney, he's got some really nice releases that are very, very sensitive, and they're built a little bit different. We're going to do a review video on them. They'll release here shortly. But anyways, some of them, they're just different types of releases that you can have. These ones were a little bit tighter, and they do have adjustments, but if you get a pop, sometimes the fish will pop and it will pull it off for you. Now that's what's supposed to happen, but sometimes it doesn't. And so if you can see it going ding, you go ahead and grab your rod, and you have to do a kind of a up motion pop, and pop that release, and then you can reel them in. And they're really fun to reel in because they're so far back there. So when you're reeling in, when you're trolling for kokanee, or trout in general, if you're just trolling for trout, deep water trout, it's a long fight back into the water, and a lot of times as soon as they get closer to the surface, they'll jump right out of the water, and it's just a fun experience. The other thing I want to talk about is trolling speeds. Now it does depend on which type of species that you're going for. You know, it's anywhere between 0.5 to even 3 miles per hour, but different species have different speeds that are most effective for them. So depending on what kind of species you're looking for, you will adjust your speed. Kokanee generally have like a little bit slower speeds, and so it just depends on what you're looking for. And so you want to just do a little bit of research, and depending on what species you're looking to catch, before you decide how fast and slow, and change it up too. Change it up a little bit. Sometimes, in fact, Casey, what he would do is he would speed up just a little bit and slow down. Speed up just a little bit and slow down. Kind of a pulsing like. Anyways, so there's different tricks and tips to do that. Oh yeah, one other thing is trout have soft mouths. Even kokanee, especially kokanee, have soft mouths, and so sometimes I pull them up out of the water, but really to not lose fish, it's best to net these fish. Netting the fish is a far better way to do it. Just sometimes I get excited and pull them out, but that's just me. But really, truthfully, you do want to have a net. So, and we're going to bring a lot more videos from Casey and also from Randy. They're both excellent fishermen, excellent at kokanee fishing and trolling. Just a bunch of knowledge coming from these guys. Super excited to have them on the team, and here's the video. All right, Casey's on. Can we get the net?
Yeah, if you would.
It's up here in one of these belt boxes. I see it. Yes! Booyah! He's not bad. That's dinner.
Here, stand back here. I'll flip this open.
Oh yeah.
And then just set the net.
Oh. Boom, nice. There we go, that was a problem. There might be a fish on here actually. Cuddy. Pretty one though.
Yeah. Oh, he's super pretty.
Nice and blue color.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna get a picture of them first.
Okay.
I love their pretty blue colors up here. Greens and blues, man. Nice, beautiful trout.
Whoa, Kokanee Salmon. Oh yeah, baby.
All right, check it out. Casey's gonna show us how he does his kokanees.
Okay, I always like to gill them within the first couple of minutes of catching them, just while their heart's beating or everything's pumping. Get all that blood out of them as quick as you can, and keeps that meat tasting really good, and gives it a real good color afterwards too. So I'm just gonna reach in. I'm just gonna come into the gills, right underneath the gill plate here, and cut this side. Come over to this side, hold it open, get underneath all the gills here. And then try to get as close to the bottom of his jaw as possible. It's not that critical, but just seems to get a little more blood flowing. And then just kind of agitate him, get him going, get him to where his heart's gonna beat
Pump that out.
Yep.
Nice.
And then I'll show you the conclusion here in just a minute what I did.
Nice.
See how that release?
Oh, got him.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got him just right there.
A little pretty.
Rainbow.
Oh.
Oh. Pretty silver. Hey, not a bad one though.
Yeah.
Camera. Beautiful cut.
Pretty colors up here. Check it out. Oh yeah, up here in the Rocky Mountains. Nice, beautiful cutty.
What a hit last night.
That's nice. Okay, Casey's on again. Oh yeah.
And on the surface.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna switch to pink. Oh, he's got kind of a pink color to him.
They'll pick it up from the lure. And that's another, actually,
Really?
another way to tell what color's popping is when you first pull them in, and they'll glaze that color like that.
Wow. Boom, look at that kokanee. Oh yeah, that is a beautiful fish. Casey's on. Nice, another one. Nice fish, man.
See the colors in him right there?
Yeah.
It's almost purple.
Wow.
Purple might be his color.
Yeah.
Pink, definitely, but
Pink,
it's
yeah.
got more of a purple shade to it, so that might...
You came up a little bit, huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Nailed him. That's a nice fish. It's rainbow. Oh yeah, he is. I'm gonna keep him. Oh, it's a Coke.
Look at it.
Wow. Okay. Can do a net release here. Cutthroat. Oh yeah, look at Casey. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, check it out. Casey with all the kokanees. Boom.
Look at this nice fat rainbow. 17 inches. Brilliant. So first thing I'm going to do is put them over here. There's some water running, just barely. And I'll actually turn them around so you can see better. There you go. Put him right there. And the first thing we'll do is just cut his head off right behind the fin here. Perfect. Put that in your discard. And then I like to use scissors to clean them. It's just easier. So then you just go right up here, right up the belly, all the way down that hole. Perfect. And you want to get your discard. What's that? Your discard plate. And you want to reach in here and just clean all this out. Now if you're new to this may seem clean. You may think, oh wow, that's clean. There's no more guts in there. But this is blood right here in their back. So you just want to stick your thumb in there like that and pop that and then squish all that stuff out. Just get that as clean as you can right there. Now if you were doing a big barbecue or something like that with a bunch of people, you could cook it just like that and then present it just like this. That would be great. But since we're going to put it, we're going to do it in the catch and cook, I'm going to save some of this for later. I'm going to cut it into 2 sections. So let's get him all cleaned off. That's that plate. I'll show you. That's my cutting board. So, of course, you can just cut the tail off. And then I'm going to cut this into 2. This is a big, thick chunk over here on this side. Here, I'll turn this way so you can see it. This is going to be a nice, big, thick steaks. And then the other one is kind of smaller, so I leave this one a little bit bigger. About two times the length of the big chunk I'm going to get right here. So that is a great steak right there, rainbow steak. And this is actually what I'm going to eat in the catch and cook. So I will get some lemons and some peppers and everything like that. I'll save this one for later, but this beautiful fish is going to give us 2 really great meals. So we will move on to, I'll go grab some lemons and we'll go to the next section. Okay, look at this beautiful, healthy meat. Yum, fresh. Oh yeah, that looks good. And we're going to boil some corn. So let me show you how we get this all set up. Okay, so what we're going to do is season it so there's a nice smoke to it. This is the red lobster. And then season inside of here. This is the most important part. And we're also going to put a lemon in here. 2. Just like that. And that's ready to go on the grill. We'll put it on there in just a second. We'll get the other one ready. Perfect. Those are ready to go onto the grill. Okay, now we're all set with the corn. We'll boil these. Give a nice good flavor for the corn. A little bit of onion. All right, here we go. Corn and rainbow trout. All right, so here we go. Let's see how it tastes. The way I like to do it is I like to, when you cook them this way, is I like to open them up, see how juicy that is. Open up this trout and just kind of pull slowly. And then all the bones will come all out. Do it like that. Right there, see? You can grab the rest of it. Show you the other side. That'll get you almost all the bones. There you go. Out of the meat. So then you're left with something like that that has all the bones in it. Toss that to the side. And then grab your fresh lemon. Put that all over it. Some corn too. And then I'm going to throw just a little bit more of this red lobster seasoning on here. Let's see how this tastes. Boneless trout right here. Almost boneless. Almost boneless. You kind of watch out still, right? Just watch out for the 1 or 2 bones, but other than that, absolutely delicious.